Good morning, I'm Catherine Duncan, here with Donald Heron, who's the CEO and president of Heron Media Incorporated. He's also chair of the marketing committee for the Black Business Council of Nevada, and he's world known as Catman. Mr. Catman, good morning, Donald. How are you?
I am fine, and thank you for having me.
Well, Donald, thank you for agreeing to be part of the Las Vegas African American Chambers of Commerce. Now, you know, we've had a lot of identity problems here as African American Black owned businesses. It wasn't until we decided to join this Las Vegas International Council of Chambers that we finally got it together.
And I think this is exciting. I mean, I learned a lot of stuff just by associating with you ladies and gentlemen on the council here, and I'm looking forward to doing some great things with you guys.
Well, great. You know, the Las Vegas International Council of Chambers is made up of the Korean Chamber, the Philippine Chamber, and so as Black business owners, we had to change how we call ourselves, so we had to become African American Chambers of Commerce again. And one of the challenges that we have as African American businesses is access to capital, and the Black Business Council has been addressing that. What's been going on over there, Don?
Well, first of all, they have to understand what we go through. The majority of Black business people have to do a second on their house, charge their credit cards up in order to start a business, number one. And then if the business is not successful, then they lose their home or whatever. Our major problem in Las Vegas is working capital, access to capital. We're having major problems trying to get banks to invest in our projects. You know, regardless how much collateral we got, even with SBA guarantees, we don't get access to working capital from the bank, and that's been our major problem.
So it doesn't matter where in the city you're located, whether it's in the inner city or even if you live on the outskirts of town, just being Black, there's some barriers to you getting capital.
There's a lot of barriers. It really doesn't matter where you are, but they have what they call the red zone, the target zone. Like me, for example, I'm buying a building over across from the commercial shopping center, which is considered part of the red area, right? And I can't get financing for that, and that's what the money is for. It's for minority businesses, not just us Black, but for all minorities to qualify to get funds to run their business or expand, and we can't get the capital.
Well, what if I told you there's some real good news? As we sit as an international council of chambers, we're learning about some type of fundings that we've never been exposed to before. There's actually a program called an EB-5 program, which we'll be getting a chance to talk about later on the show. These are actually foreign investors that are actually seeking to invest in businesses, especially African American businesses. How about the entertainment business? I would think that'd be booming.
Oh man, well, to go back to what you were saying about the other investors, that would be a great assets for us to have some outside people that maybe would understand or take the time to listen to what we're trying to say about our business. As far as the entertainment is concerned, when it comes to Las Vegas or downtown, it is really, we don't have access to that either. You know, I've been trying for years. I have a record label with major artists on it, and I can't bring in blues shows down on Fremont Street.
So there's still a certain amount of distrust for African American producers. Is that it in the venues in Las Vegas? What you saying?
Well, I don't think that's the case. You know, we used to have great access to a lot of venues here in town, and then for some reason they think if they hire somebody local to produce a show, the only people going to show up is Black people from the West Las Vegas community, and that's not true. The area that I'm most dominant in is the Southern Soul and Blues, and 90% of that is bought by white people.
Well, you may find it somewhat interesting that we're talking about race relations in Las Vegas, but Las Vegas has had a very interesting history when it comes to its African American people. As a matter of fact, it wasn't until March 26, 1960 that African Americans were allowed to sleep on the Las Vegas Strip, and our Chamber of Commerce purchased one of those little boarding houses that Sammy Davis and Pearl Bailey and some of the famous entertainers lived in when they couldn't live on the Strip, and we're renovating that home to become a model green demonstration home. So we'll have some exciting news coming up about what we're calling the Sammy Davis House. Now tell me about the Southern Soul Las Vegas, and who is this worldwide Catman?
Well, that's me from an entertainer standpoint. I'm a recording artist. That's how I started in the business. And then I first learned to get my music publishing company, so I control that, and then my recording studio. I have out a new album. It's called Southern Soul Las Vegas Style, and it almost went viral on the internet. It came out October the 19th. Since then, it's been played over 470,000 times.
And I want to reach out today to other African American trade associations, business groups, to join the Las Vegas African American Coalition of Chambers. And I want to especially thank Mr. Donald Heron for joining us here today. Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure. I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you.